Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the most thrilling movies you can't stop thinking about. Elizabeth Sparkles, played by Demi Moore, is introduced as a once iconic TV star who was celebrated for her beauty and talent in her youth. Now nearing her 50s, Elizabeth faces an existential crisis as her relevance in the entertainment industry diminishes. This decline is driven by a society that values youthful beauty above all else, reinforced by a toxic director who cruelly dismisses her with the words, "At 50, it stops." Despite her success, Elizabeth's deep-seated insecurities about aging and her appearance leave her feeling invisible and unworthy. Haunted by her reflection, she wrestles with body dysmorphia, seeing imperfections that may or may not exist. Her self-loathing consumes her, as she obsesses over her wrinkles, weight, and the loss of her perfect appearance. It is through these intimate glimpses of her struggles that the audience sees the toll societal standards of beauty have taken on her psyche. The isolation Elizabeth feels is compounded by the relentless judgment of the media and a past filled with shallow relationships that valued her appearance more than her character. Desperate to reclaim her youth and beauty, Elizabeth stumbles upon an underground online community that promises miraculous transformations through a mysterious drug known only as the substance. Descriptions of the drug portray it as a miracle solution to aging, capable of reversing years of wear and tear on the body, erasing wrinkles, tightening skin, and even reshaping one's figure. Skeptical but driven by desperation, Elizabeth orders the drug, despite the cryptic warnings about its potential side effects. The drug arrives in an unassuming vial, accompanied by a handwritten note, "Beauty is balance. Take as needed." Elizabeth hesitates but ultimately takes the first dose, overwhelmed by her yearning to feel beautiful again. Almost instantly, she begins to notice subtle changes, her skin tightens, her wrinkles fade, and her body regains its youthful vitality. The transformation is gradual but astonishing, and she starts to receive attention from people who had long overlooked her. Strangers compliment her glow, and even her estranged colleagues acknowledge her newfound radiance. However, the high is short-lived. The effects begin to wear off, leaving Elizabeth more despondent than before. Desperate to maintain her transformed appearance, she takes another dose, then another, until the line between necessity and addiction blurs. Each dose seems to amplify her beauty but also take something intangible from her, a fragment of her humanity, her sanity, and her soul. Elizabeth's initial triumph turns into a nightmare as the drug's sinister side effects manifest. Her reflection begins to distort, showing a grotesque version of herself that no one else can see. Her once perfect skin appears cracked and blistered in the mirror, though her outward appearance remains flawless to others. Haunted by this duality, Elizabeth spirals into paranoia, unsure if the horrors she sees are real or hallucinations caused by the drug. The substance also begins to exact a physical toll. Elizabeth experiences intense, unexplained pain, her body contorting unnaturally in private moments. She isolates herself, unable to trust anyone and unwilling to stop taking the drug despite its increasingly horrifying effects. The film takes a psychological turn, exploring her fractured psyche as she oscillates between euphoria and despair. Elizabeth's younger self, Sue, played by Margaret Qualley, emerges as a literal and figurative representation of her vanity and past self-image. Sue is a haunting spectre, an idealized vision of youth and beauty that Elizabeth can never fully reclaim. As Elizabeth becomes more dependent on the drug, Sue grows stronger, mocking her for her desperation and demanding that she take more of the drug to sustain her fleeting beauty. This twisted relationship between Elizabeth and Sue underscores the toxic nature of societal beauty standards, portraying them as an unrelenting and self-destructive force. As Elizabeth's addiction deepens, the drug demands increasingly higher costs. At first, it seems to consume her time and mental health, but soon, the toll becomes physical. Her body begins to deteriorate in ways that are invisible to the outside world, but excruciatingly real to her. Her skin splits and bleeds beneath her clothing, her internal organs feel as though they are failing, and she begins to lose her grip on reality. Desperate for help, Elizabeth seeks out the shadowy creator of the substance, a reclusive scientist who reveals the truth about the drug. It is not merely a chemical compound but a living organism that feeds on its host's insecurities and vanity. The more one craves beauty, the more the drug demands in return. The scientist warns her that the only way to escape its grasp is to stop using it entirely, a feat no one has ever managed. Elizabeth tries to quit, but the withdrawal symptoms are unbearable. Her reflection becomes more monstrous, showing her as a decayed, skeletal figure. Sue taunts her relentlessly, urging her to take just one more dose to stop the pain. Elizabeth gives in, taking an overdose in a final, desperate attempt to reclaim her lost beauty. The overdose triggers a horrifying transformation. Elizabeth's outward beauty reaches an almost supernatural perfection, drawing adoration and envy from everyone around her. However, inside, her body is consumed by the substance. She becomes a prisoner in her own skin, her movements jerky and puppet-like, as if controlled by an unseen force. Sue, now fully realized as a physical entity, takes over Elizabeth's life, embodying the perfect version of her that she always wanted to be. Elizabeth's final moments are a tragic revelation. She realizes that the validation she craved was never worth the cost. As she gazes into a mirror, she sees the truth: her reflection is now Sue, while her true self is trapped in the grotesque form she once feared. The film ends with Sue stepping into Elizabeth's life, basking in the admiration of the world, while the real Elizabeth fades into obscurity, a hollow shell of the woman she once was. The final scenes shift focus to the wider world, showing the spread of the substance as it becomes a viral sensation. Social media influencers, celebrities, and everyday people alike begin to use the drug, unaware of its horrifying consequences. The film ends on a chilling note, with a montage of beautiful faces masking the grotesque truth beneath, a stark commentary on the dangers of chasing perfection at any cost. Hit that like button, share this video with your thriller-loving friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into unforgettable films. And hey, tap that bell icon to stay updated, because we've got more twists and turns coming your way. Thanks for tuning in. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.